All right, we're back in session. We'll go ahead and have the deputy clerk swear in all those that are going to participate in a 9 a.m. session.
You'll be speaking. If you'll please stand and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that any testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
So under Idaho Code 63501, the Board of County Commissioners are required to convene as the Board of Equalization. We're here to determine market value under Idaho Code 63205, which states that all real, personal, and operating property subject to property taxation must be assessed annually at market value for assessment purposes as of 12:01 a.m. of the first day of January in the year in which such property taxes are levied. Furthermore, under Idaho Code 63502, the function of the Board of Equalization shall be confined strictly to assuring that the market value for assessment purposes of property has been found by the assessor, and to the functions provided for in Chapter 6, Title 63, Idaho Codes relating to exemptions from taxation. The taxpayer shall have the burden of proof in seeking affirmative relief to establish that the determination of the assessor is erroneous. A preponderance of the evidence shall suffice to sustain the burden of proof. We are here to discuss the market value of the property, the condition, the state, or information that is relevant to the topic. This is fact and not opinion. We are not here to discuss taxes, past grievances, policy, personal income, or other issues. If you do not stick to the discussion as requested, your time will be reclaimed. The process is that the property owner will be given 3 minutes. The white light comes on at the beginning, the yellow light comes on with 1 minute left, and the red light comes on, you're done. The same happens with 3 minutes on the assessor's table. We'll ask questions, and then the commissioners will have a discussion. The rules are to be kind, direct all questions or comments to the board. If your conduct is out of line, you will be warned. If it continues to be out of line, you will be asked to leave or escorted out of the building. All right. Matthew Wilson. Go ahead and state your name, and then your 3 minutes will begin.
Okay. My name is Matthew Wilson. You said this turns green at the start?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Okay.
good.
Yep. The white light come on, right?
All right, there we go. All right, well, first let me just say thanks to everybody for your time. I can tell already from the instructions that these don't often go all that pleasantly.
We've only ever had one person removed from
Okay,
here,
well,
so.
then maybe it's not that bad. I'll also just say thanks for your patience if I'm ignorant in regard to the procedure. So, and just a little context about the property in question. This is a multifamily property, 2 structures on the property, 2 homes. My wife and I live in the front house with our children, and then the back home historically has been used for rental, although is not currently used in that capacity, which you know if you've read the appeal that I submitted. I'll say first off, I think that the number from the assessor's office is a really great number. We like that number. We would love for that number to be what the property is worth, and being familiar with the market, especially what's happened in the last 2 years in Pocatello, we're confident that that is an accurate representation of the market value if it weren't for the 30 years of deferred maintenance on these properties prior to our purchase. Being familiar with those, abundantly familiar with the condition of the property, my wife and I feel strongly that is the property value, actual market value, what we could get if we put that home on the market today, is significantly lower than the $363,000 that was appraised. 2 main driving factors behind that assertion. First, it's apparent to us that the assessed value historically has been quite far off, and that's if we assume that the market value is what the market. But the value is what the market tells us, that what a seller will accept and what a buyer will pay is the language from the assessor's office or from the notice. Then the best place to find the true market value is upon a sale. In December of 2020, we bought the home for $189,000, and 3 weeks later, the assessor's office said it was worth $80,000 more than what the market had just evidenced it was worth. And of course, that was the baseline that was used for the assessment this year. That baseline of over $80,000. What I believe the market value, what the market value showed it was, what the market showed it was worth. Second, and this, I think, I'll just state, I think the assessor, has probably done a great job of analyzing general trends in the market and arriving at that number, but general trends don't tell you the condition of a given property. And as I mentioned, 30 years of deferred maintenance. There's some significant issues with this property that would absolutely prevent us from securing any kind of $363,000 offer on the market right now. Termite damage that is structural in the back house that makes the back house uninhabitable. It is not used as a rental right now. It doesn't have egress in the basement. At the end of the day, due to that, we're really talking about a 2-bedroom house.
All right, thank you. Questions on what he said? Your 3 minutes begin now.
I did attempt to reach out to the property owner last week so that we could try and go through the condition and stuff after looking over some of the photos submitted. He is found equitable with other university properties, but I don't know if the condition had been taken into consideration on that. So that's why I wanted to go through the property drawing details on both the main house and the little house back behind. It looked like in his packet that he submitted some fairly decent pictures of like basement area and stuff. And just reading through some of the comments on here, it just says that both homes appear correct in our system and nothing incorrect. The sale of the home was for $189,900. You time adjust that, that would be probably closer to what the appellant put on his packet for recommendation of $280,000. So I'd recommend that we do the $280,000.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, on parcel RPPOC 161100, I move that we take the assessor's recommendation at $280,000 with reduction coming off of improvements.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So, as the assessor just made an adjustment on a recommendation, the board agreed with them. We took your value down to the $280,000 that you requested. And as far as I'm concerned, then this hearing is over.
Please, in the future, get with the assessor's office. Everybody thinks that they're bad people, that they'll jack the
No,
prices
no,
up.
no.
But if they actually see knob and tube and all this other stuff, that's where this gets corrected.
Exposed.
So please,
Tenants would be hanging their clothes on it.
Yeah.
yeah, let's not. let's have just get with them and have them in the next.
And did you reach out by phone or email?
Yeah.
Or? Okay. I was camping. I was
Oh,
out
sorry.
all week,
Yeah,
so
I left a
didn't-
message, but
I don't have.
you're fine.
Okay,
Why my wife-
we're gonna move along.
All right, thank you.
We'll
Thanks,
get with,
Thank
we'll
you.
get with you then.
Jackman,
Knob and tube was scary. Knob and tube is how people like the house is on fire.
state your name and your 3 minutes begin.
Oh, you're gonna rock us out, man.
Get geared up. I'm Rusty Jackman, and last time I was here, I was told I'd better bring my guitar next time, so I
Brown said that.
did. So I know you guys have to listen to all this whine day after day, so I thought, you know, I'll just sing you a song. I cut the cordials for the duplex floor. I prayed and dug, planted grass in the hole. I thought I'd give you a little mistake to help my life, that's what I say. 3.5 acres on South Second, and they're 42
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're being recorded. You're out live.
Okay, let's go.
What's the tune? What did that come from?
32 acres of bottom land. It's a story of a
Yep,
a
okay.
man that lost his
Yep, yep,
farm due to a
yep,
4-lane road.
Yep.
So I just modified it.
yep. I'm sitting there trying to think. I was like, all right. All right. I got it.
Well, you got 30 seconds if you'll have more.
Okay, so my wife found comparable comparables, and even though it's still at an inflated rate, we feel it's fair. And, you know, 3 quarts in the truth, what else can I do?
All right, thank you. You have to sing if you have response.
Trust me, you don't want me to sing.
In the
You do
court
not
of
want
E.
me to sing.
Your 3 minutes begin now.
Can I ask him a question really quick? There are 2 concrete slabs to the end of his property. Do those belong to him?
The back court, oh, that's a parking area.
Okay. I don't know that we have those on.
That one slab that I
And then, gosh, I don't know where to go. We found that this was in an incorrect neighborhood, so they did correct that, which brought it down to $463,010 on our worksheet. And other than that, it's, you know, it's a 2004 duplex with over 3,000 square feet, all on one level. Just has crawl underneath, 2 garages, and so forth. Other than that, we didn't see anything incorrect with the property. So, in looking at what they made that correction to, I would just ask that we correct that value to $463,010.
Question about what she just said?
Well, yeah, from 270 something to 470 something in a year. You cash flow that out.
Okay.
Question for you, actually, right here. I'll question on this. So how many units is it? 2?
2,
2, and you live in one and rent one?
no, they're both
Both rentals?
rentals.
What, if you don't mind, I'll run your cash flow. I'll see where you're at.
Okay.
What are your rents on those, on average?
What is our rent on them?
Yeah,
1,200
1,200.
aside or,
aside.
okay, that's easy. Give me a second.
And the assessor, Shane, did call us and talk to me, and he took it down farther than that, of course. But Rusty wanted to come in here and talk to you.
What did Shane offer?
$419,850.
$419,850.
Yeah, you must have used I was at 430, but I used probably some higher values in the maintenance factor. You said that was built in 2004?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, yeah, I used a higher, you guys have vacancy issues with it?
Not usually.
Okay, so it's never.
It may be vacant for a month.
Well, you're switching,
here and there.
but you're
Yeah.
not talking multiple months. So yeah, that
And
force.
our values, we don't want to participate in the inflation. I mean, I could jack up the rent like all around us, but it isn't fair to people. It's not right.
Well, and
And that's our whole concern.
so the concerns I have is, just as I saw this one and I read through this one, is when you see the land value or the improvement value doubled for me, and that was something that really caught. That's something where I would, okay, what are we doing now? Did you go to the state board of tax? So you just went to BOE?
They come before us before.
Yeah, but it was in 2019. You didn't
Yeah.
come last year,
Right.
and so it was held, but then it didn't change again in there because I believe. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure when you came in last time, we used an income-based approach on that, is what was happening.
Well, it stayed the same for 3 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a big jump in 1 year. But you went 3 years that you was idle
Yeah.
in an inflated market.
Right.
I think we forgot to take off the sound value from that BOE.
Okay.
And then, so they stayed at that lower rate, like you said, without changing.
Yeah, because they kept you at the same for 20 and 21. There was no change whatsoever. Now, the thing that I will say though is yeah. Well, I look at that. What did you say the assessor came in at 419?
50.
But that's, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go any higher than that. That's their income-based approach. If you're using that approach, I mean, sales comparables, you have a different one, but still, that would be. Now, there's one other thing that I wanted to play with. Hold on one second, please. I'm doing some math here, and it's Monday morning, and I want to make sure I don't. You want me to put the zeros in the right place? So this is the other problem, though. Is so as I come back and as I use a 50% market increase, like I said, we left it on a 50% increase on just the improvements. Still only puts the improvements at 349 just for the improvements. Then you had a land value I added. So
When you say improvements, what
that's actual structure. So that comes in at 418.
It doesn't mean that you've done things
No.
inside the house
Okay,
and
that's
I made a lot of improvements. It's just that the value naturally has gone up.
Anything that was built is an improvement. So if you put a shed on that,
understand
that's
what you're
yeah.
saying now.
So and where the improvements hadn't been touched, and then so what they did is they touched the improvement and the land this time at the same. So that's why I say I did a 50% increase for the last for 2020, 2021, and 2022, just 50% total, because we're seeing about 24%, and that put it at 418 with the $69,000 on your land. They said 419. I had a cost approach. I used a little bit higher factors, and that's why I was in that 425, 430 range. So, but yeah, I think that the 473 is turned up a little
Motion?
in that.
I'm willing to accept the assessor's value of 419,850.
We have a
Or if you want to
motion?
use
No.
yours.
Okay, this is here right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Or was it?
Okay,
'Cause I-
419,850.
I did a little bit what you were, going back
And you was higher,
to-
right?
and
Yeah.
moved it up, so
What was it?
419,850. So, Mr. Chair, on parcel RPMCD 001403, I make a motion that we accept the assessed value, or the assessor's recommendation of 419,850.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we did go with the adjustment. Like I said, you have the ability to appeal to the state, or to the courts, as well as the assessor. Thanks for the song.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You ladies in the back, I don't know who you are.
Christine Castle, Chateau Hayes.
You were late. This is actually a court hearing. When you're late, we make a decision whether we hear you or not. But we have time, we'll go ahead and hear you. If you'd please be sworn in at this time.
Do you solemnly swear that any testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Hayes?
It's rules.
Can I sit with her too?
That's fine. So, under Idaho Code 63501, the Board of County Commissioners are required to convene as the Board of Equalization. We're here to determine market value under Idaho Code 63205, which states that all real, personal, and operating property subject to property taxation must be assessed annually at market value for assessment purposes as of 12:01 a.m. of the first day of January in the year in which such property taxes are levied. Furthermore, under Idaho Code 63502, the function of the Board of Equalization shall be confined strictly to assuring that the market value for assessment purposes of property has been found by the assessor, and to the functions provided for in Chapter 6, Title 63 of Idaho Code relating to exemptions from taxation. The taxpayer shall have the burden of proof in seeking affirmative relief to establish that the determination of the assessor is erroneous. A preponderance of the evidence shall suffice to sustain the burden of proof. We're here to discuss the market value of the property, the condition, the state, or information that is relevant to this topic. This is fact and not opinion. We are not here to discuss taxes. past grievances, policy, personal income, or other issues. If you do not stick to the discussion as requested, your time will be reclaimed. The process is that you will be given 3 minutes. The white light will come on at the beginning. When the yellow light comes on, you have 1 minute left. When the red light comes on and a beep, you're done. The same happens with the assessor's table. We can ask some questions, and have a conversation as a commission. The rules are to be kind, direct all questions or comments to the board. If your conduct is out of line, you will be warned, and if you continue to be out of line, you will be asked to leave the facility or escorted out of the facility. Go ahead and state your name, and your 3 minutes will begin.
My name is Chantel Hayes. I live on 9161 Nottingham Lane. We were here last year because we all have the same property numbers, and our neighbor still has not been brought up to the same thing on our street. We did see much improvement, thank you, from last year, and I did get a message. It is still not up to what the rest of us are paying, and also I did seek some advice from an assessor's company because our land value went up 51%, and our total value went up 52%, which I understand the market's good right now, but I also understand that housing in Pocatello is seeing a 35% increase, and actually anywhere from 30 to 35% is what I was told by the assess properties, commercial and residential. So we're coming asking both why our property values aren't equal in the neighborhood, and also why our land value and house value has gone up so much, where in town with what they're seeing in average is 30 to 35%, which I can see how that's happening, and we're not arguing that. That's a huge increase, 52% to pay.
Okay.
Thank you.
From the assessor's table, any questions? Your 3 minutes begin now.
Okay. Addressing the land, I went back and we had sent them some previous values from last July, but since then everyone has been put on the same land schedule, and they are all fairly similar depending on, give or take, a few square feet. All of them are within like 1,000 of each other depending on, like I said, the size of the lots. Most are around 2.47 to 2.5 acres on the ones right directly in that subdivision, and they're now at like 127,631, 128, 124, 128, 124, 128,124, 126, 120, and it's all due to like if they have a few extra square feet or whatever, but most of them are identical in size, and they're for the most part at 128,124. So I'm not sure what.
I think it's the parcels that are directly to the east that are not part of the Nottingham subdivision. And this is the issue that we ran into last time that they came in, is the parcels that subdivision is all in are all the same, but then when you go across the street, I don't know what this year's value is, but last year was 50,000. One was 50,000, and the ones across the street were assessed at 80. So there's about a $30,000 difference. If you have a parcel, if you can look this up for me, this is, I believe, the argument.
I have the R3851006521.
Do you have 21 and 25?
Mm-hmm.
What are they this year?
21 is at 231,929, and 25 is at 115,942.
Okay. Do you have 1,200? That's the lowest one to the north. Oh, that's a nominal. That's a okay. Never mind. That's a non-buildable lot.
Oh.
That's just a token value lot because it's part of the road and coming up the hill. Okay. So the parcel ended in 525. The land itself was how much?
115,942. Looks like it has slightly less square feet.
2.4.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was this 527 with 3 acres?
It is at 100,722. I don't know if does that one. I'd have to look up and see if that has well.
I don't believe it does.
That might be the difference.
It's a shared well.
Oh,
There's a
on the
residence on there.
R38 5-1.
Okay. There's a
I just
shop
haven't
with
looked
water,
at it.
right?
Okay.
That's Palin's.
Yeah, and a house.
That's all I need to know.
Okay. Do you have any questions about what she stated?
No, like I said, like you don't have the current values, which I don't have current values, so that's why.
They're not
Okay.
published to the public
Exactly,
until they're
which-
approved.
Exactly.
So,
Until they're-
Comments from the commissioners? Questions?
I mean, yeah, if it was gonna be the same issue as last year, because we had this, you know, but I mean, some of it in the land value is just the size. The one that's listed as 100 grand. If it's a shared well between the two properties, then they'll break the value across the two, or however they do that. It might not have a septic or drain field on that other one too. The septic and drain field is all put on one property, so that's why the land value has the land there. You're on a septic and well,
Yes.
so all of your guys' land values include your septic and well in the cost of your land value. So like this year, looking at it, this year actually it looks like that it's equitable.
It's an improvement.
Well, I mean, it's within some pennies, because then you're gonna start arguing, do you wanna live on the east side of the road or the west side of the road? Do you want your house to have north-facing exposure? Do you wanna have the wind on this side or not on that side? And that's where you're gonna start getting into a lot of very subjective
Call for motion?
things.
And house values, can you explain the 52%? Is that what we're seeing everywhere?
Your house value, hold on, I didn't get to do some math. Let me do some math for a second. I'll do some math for a quick sec. Unless, Jeff, you've already done some math?
No, I'm kind of about.
Let's see where we're at.
The big jump comes from the land.
Yep. But 2.5 acre lots right now are going for $140,000. You can buy a lot right now for $140,000 on 2.5 acres. There's more lots now that are out there, and this is, we've seen Buckskin Canyon, Pocatello Creek, typical land value for a building site, 2.5 to 5 acres, about 140 grand.
The improvement value is at 23%, so the big jump comes from
From
the
the
land.
land.
So you were looking at that, so.
Yeah, I did the math on it, and this is one thing though, is if you just did a 24% from last year with the current land value of 126, that gives you a 482, and they have them listed at 499. So, I mean,
Do you want to go down to 480?
yeah, I'm okay in that area.
What's the total number then? Just 42 even?
482, 455.
482, 455. Mr. Chair, on parcel RRCV 1000500, I make a motion that we adjust the property value down to 482,455. Do you want to take it off the land or the improvement?
Improvement.
With the reduction coming out from the improvement.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we did adjust your value down. You have the ability to appeal further, as well as the assessor's table.
So improvements off the house value then?
Yeah, the improvement is, yes.
Okay? All right, let's go to your hearing.
It's Christine Castleman, and I live at 9125 Nottingham Lane. And we are here appealing this similar things, my adjustments with my land value. My land value went up 50%. My residence went up 36%, and that's in line. But overall, we're paying an increase of 59% on our total property and home value. Not paying, I'm sorry, it would be an increase in 59%. And just looking at the tax rates, I was,
Okay, we're not talking about taxes.
no, okay.
We don't talk about
Okay,
taxes.
then, all right, sorry, it's correct. But anyway, I am curious to why it went up 59%, which is even higher. It's my land value I'm concerned about.
Sorry, I didn't hit the button. Are you good, or do I need to hit the button?
Okay.
Okay. I'm just being
It's fine.
facetious there.
And it's the same situation.
Yeah, same situation. I did a quick 124 or a 24%, and that gives you a 499.
This is your third time in BOE, and the land's
That's
been
the third time.
adjusted down every time. So now it's gonna be adjusted up to equity with everybody else.
So if you leave the land, and you just took the 24% hit on the improvement, it gives you a 499
Overall, or
overall.
even?
499, $11.72.
Oh.
If you want to get specific, but I might have hit a zero on the last
Yeah,
one.
that one.
Yep.
Gotta go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I move on parcel. Oh, excuse me, parcel. RPRRCV 100400. We adjust the value to 499.
You missed
And-
it.
Yeah, you missed.
Oh,
it.
sorry. Add the zero. Nancy, did you get the extra zero?
It's in front of them, 4. So
Three
one.
zeros. It's 1,400. I move that we set the overall value to $499,011 with the adjustment coming off the improvement.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So, the same, we've adjusted them down, and both tables have the opportunity to go further if they desire.
Okay.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
listening.
Thank you.
Richard Emerson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We should have done the dance.
Well, he has an appraisal. What do we have in here? Oh, it's a closing sheet, which I can't read.
I can't read it either. Thought it's, right? 2/7/2020 for 275,
2020.
so 2 years.
He bought it for, hold on 1 sec, let's see what the math is.
270 what?
275.
That takes it to 341 if you time adjust it 24 months.
But he bought it the halfway through 2020. So it'd be more than,
2.
I went 2 full years.
2 full years. Okay.
What's the assessor got it at?
Yeah, I mean, he was only a month off.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you only did it for a year. I was like, dude, that's not gonna work. Sorry.
No.
On Monday.
Is that a motion?
So the assessor got it at,
424.
well, if I do that for 2 years, it's 341, so if I time adjust it forward.
Taxpayers' opinions, 350.
If you bought it for the 420, was it 425? 475? Or 275? 275, sorry. Let's do this one more time in my head. I think it's just a 50% increase for 2 total years, and that puts it at 412 for a total evaluate, or for total price of land and everything, if you bought it at 275, which I can't read his closing sheet because it's, so, I
What'd you
mean,
say, Terrell?
if I times it by 1.5, so 50% increase is 24% per year, that's 412,500. I mean,
Where they have it at?
I'll give you 1 second. Well, Zwillow's got it at 443.
I'm okay with the assessor's value, to tell you
Yeah.
the truth. I mean, you're 10,000 off.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
on parcel RPTC 2001000. There's 3 zeros there? Okay. I make a motion that we pull the assessed value.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, let's go back to, where are we at? The admin. First one is K3 Pocatello.
I'm gonna go get a Monster here in a minute. It's Monday morning and we're not.
Admin, K3, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a commercial one on this? This is a $8 million property. Yeah, this is the hotel.
Can we pick something else while we wait for?
Yeah.
Next one is Ashley Laval.
Jason did make an adjustment on this one,
On the, which one?
on this K3.
Oh, the hotel? Okay.
Yeah, there is an adjustment on it.
Is that the 7 million whatever that was adjusted to? 7,310,000?
No, on here he's got it at, I can't read that.
8,168,815 is what JC has in on our worksheet value.
Okay, so that was his, okay. Because the appellant was asking for a door value of 85,000 a door for 7,310,000.
Our recommendation would be to lower the improvement for a total of new value of 81. If the appellant is willing to submit income and expense information for the 2023 assessment, we would absolutely be willing to consider giving some weighting to the income approach.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'll just,
And Jason just said he stands on that $8 million, that adjustment down to
8.1.
Yeah.
Got a motion?
Mr. Chair, on parcel RP RPT CP 000801, I make a motion that we accept the assessor's adjusted value of $8,168,815.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, what was the next one?
That's Ashley Laval.
So. I don't know what illegal plumbing is.
Looking, I mean, she comes in at 132. The next comp is 143, 150, 175. The comparables.
if it was built in the 90s, it was built in 96, it would have followed IBC by that point. Pocatello would have adopted that. So, I mean, I don't know what the argument of illegal plumbing is. Outdated plumbing, maybe. Or, you know.
Well, you look at over the years, I mean,
It's 470
it's been pretty
Roosevelt.
flat.
That property address is, what, 470 Roosevelt? I'm looking at the wrong.
4446 Mountain Park Road.
Where did we get Roosevelt from? Okay. I'm totally looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's a two-car garage out front. Two-story.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Probably the same.
Motion.
Mr. Chairman, on parcel RPRCMTD000300, I move that we uphold the assessor's value.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Matthew Fulmer. Opinion value based on entire street.
One of the things we have to do next year is make sure we have some updated values in the parcel viewer.
Well, what you do on parcel viewer is you put a big warning thing that flashes up on the front that says, this is 2021 value. Or may reflect, you know.
Yeah, something.
This Fulmer has been in 19, been in 20.
Mm-hmm. Keeps dragging it.
So there's
Let's see.
40,000 there. And 50,000
I'm good.
there.
Mr. Chairman, I move on parcel RPRCVIV001600 that we uphold the assessor's value.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next we have Andy and Julie Thomas.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRPHLV001400, I make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next we have Ursenbach.
Mark.
Yes. There's nothing there.
Mr. Chairman, on parcel
Well, yeah, the worksheet went up.
RPRPSW200640, I move that we uphold the assessor's value.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Curtis Thompson.
I'll walk down there. Library real quick.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, due to a lack of preponderance of evidence in the file, I make a motion that we uphold the assessor's value on parcel RP BDS 002600.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Lori Wallace. It's quite the picture.
Yeah.
So 17, 18, come up, 20. This one where the land went up $30,000.
Yeah, this will be one of the ones. Probably adjust that down. 0.31 of an acre.
Where is Huntington Drive?
I'm pulling it up here.
Pretty good looking lot. Everybody around. Where's Huntington Drive?
Huntington?
Up by Remington?
I think so. Hold on.
Hold on, we'll look somewhere else.
Hold on, I'll just pull it on.
Lori Walls is who we're looking at.
Huntington Drive.
South.
Yeah.
Just a substantial land increase.
Yeah. There's Huntington and Huntsman and Hunt.
Yeah.
There's like,
It's over by, above Indian Hills on the hill up there.
Okay. There's too many roads.
Yeah, so
that's one of the old ones, is what I think.
I'd be willing to move that land down. It's 0.3 of an acre.
Yeah, it's, is that on city water, city sewer?
City water.
It's city sewer, because that was the newer part, but it's still,
Yes.
I'd move it to 80. I don't have,
Can you tell me what parcel, can you tell me what the parcel CDS 000200 is that?
excuse me.
Robert Ballard.
Showing the land at 103,850 for a total value of 504,690.
And one more while we're right there. RPCDS 001100.
Land at 93,000.
There you go.
For a total of 556,286.
Let's do that.
93.
Yeah, because that is right across the street, same size. So, you all right with that, Darrell?
Yeah, that's,
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPCDS 000100, I make a motion that we adjust the land value to 93,000.
Have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Crystal Hillman. That doesn't look like there was a lot there. went from
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRPING 002100, I make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have Levi Lish. And on this one, the land doubled, but it's 2.3 acres for 97. And then you add in the non-resident improvements that weren't on there before.
Out on Lacey Lane. Yeah. You're gonna be there. Mr. Chairman, on parcel RPRRLV 1002200, I move we uphold the assessor's value.
You got a motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. Robert D. Boyd. This another one was in BOE in 19 and 21. The land didn't do much. Have to catch up on BOE in my opinion. Townhome. Or side by side.
The problem is yeah, you've had, that's the bidding war market. That's the market that's not even, last year you couldn't even buy one of these. Especially a rental income property like this. Next year might be a different story.
It's the whole thing, right?
I mean, even if you take, because yeah, they've been at BOE every single year. I don't know if one of these years, I don't think we heard it. I don't remember this property. So I think this might have just got a blanket adjustment on one of them.
This is two sides, right?
Looks like it.
It's the whole building. If it's the whole building, I'm good with where it's
Yeah,
at.
it's the whole building.
Motion?
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRPHM 2001202, I make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Guess the land didn't move.
Yeah. See, that's the one that I don't understand why the land hasn't moved, because, I mean, even down there,
Exactly.
that's the cheapest lot that we've seen so far in Skull.
Yeah, it is.
Let's
What?
Hold it.
let's check and see if anybody's out there.
One person is. We need to have probably a, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves 5.
10 o'clock. We're smoking them.
Yeah, you on the set of recess.